Hey, yo, what is going on, everybody? It is the King Hitman, and we have a whole new concept here today. We are experimenting, all right? This is my first try at this, so let's see how this goes. We are going to be doing a Dokkan star rating. Now, what that means is we're going to go through multiple aspects of a unit, starting with their leaders, their supers, their passive, their Linkset, their squads, aka the teams they're on, and what their best partners are, who they're applicable to, and then their offensive peak and their defensive peak, because we care about that, right? We love hard hitters and good tanks. So let's not talk about it too much more. You already know what it is, man. Let's get into it. Now, with further explanation on how this will work, right? We're going to go through each segment of the character. We'll break it down. And what I'll do is, as you saw, we had the labels. For star 1, it'll be leader skill. For star 2, for the 2-star ball, I should say, it'll be their super attack effects. And then we'll go through each nick and figure out whether or not we want to, let's say, grace them with that Dragon Ball. And if they earn that Dragon Ball at the end, we may or may not get a special animation. Now, here's the thing. Only, a couple units a year will be able to say that they get that special animation. So I'm hoping I make it worth it. But let's start off with AGL Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, the Golden Week release. I'm very excited to see what he's capable of, because he is a unit who released, and as a same time unit, which we'll get used to very soon, he holds a special place, which is why I want to be able to put him right now and start this concept series. Let me know what you guys think. Let's not waste any more time. If you have any questions, of course, comment them down below. You already know the kid got you. Now, getting into Angel Goku's details, his leader skill, as you guys can tell by now, we do have, of course, once again, it's just great to know that in the future we'll have Global and JP on the exact same timing, so we won't have to translate or anything like that. I can't wait. Anyway, leader skill, Buu Saga, Otherworld Warriors, or Accelerated Battle, get 3 key 170. The 30% will go to Kamehameha or time limit category units. When you go through this roster, you see a good chunk of LRs. Like, we have a lot of LRs. A lot of them have Easy 8 already. A lot of them Easy 8 recently. And a lot of them are like, waiting for that exceptional Easy 8. Such as next year, we'll get the 7-year LRs Easy 8s. I'm sure sometime this year we'll get the Tech Gogeta Easy 8. Who knows? I mean, I don't want to assume, but I'm kind of waiting on it, right? But yeah, we have these options here available to us, and when you go through it, let's break down what we have here. Starting off, we have AGL MUI Goku. We have the Blue Vegito duo, who I was always apprehensive about that unit, to say the least, but they still, are a high caliber unit when you need them in certain niche situations. Post 9-year, I'm hearing bad things about them. But then you go on to Full Power Goku, for those of you that still love him. I wasn't fully one of those people, but I know they're out there. And by the way, when I go through these, this isn't to bash a unit, but we do want to talk about their strengths a lot, and we want to talk about what makes them exceptional. So I'm trying not to be overly negative or critical, but that is what this video is going to be in the end, so it is what it is. Now, let's talk about the better aspects of this. AGL MUI Goku, Physical Buhan's Easy A, STR Vegito's Easy A. Both of those are coming to Global soon. STR UI Goku's Easy A. We have the 5-year fusion. Well, we have Vegito. We have Vegito's here. I think when you go through that, just that being your very top end right there, that is a very good top end. And then you go through the TURs. His Physical Gotenks banner unit, really good. We do have the Int Majabu on this team. Of course, we have his Tech. I don't like this guy. I gotta see him a little more before I make my opinion. But the Tech Skinny Buu, right? Pure Evil Buu, he's here. Super Saiyan 3 Dragon Fist Goku is here. Godku is here. Limit Breaker Vegito. You see all these options we have here for LRs and TURs. Kefla, this is a big factor for why I have to give him this 1-star Dragon Ball. Kefla and Gotenks are on this team. That's crazy. Just the 1 and 2 TURs at the moment. At the time I'm recording this, we are comfortable as a community saying those are 1 and 2 in whatever order you have them in, as the Easy A TURs are available to him on this 200% leader skill. So how do you not give Goku his props? Let's keep going, but I gotta give my guy that 1-star Dragon Ball. Goku Super Attack, the Instant Transmission Meteor Crush, greatly raising attack and defense for the 1 turn with a high chance to stun. Those are all 3 abilities you appreciate on a card, right? Like, greatly raising attack is cool if you have defense with it, or if it's a super duper hard hitting unit. You're not really gonna find this Goku doing like 11 million, 14 million, 16 million attack stats, guaranteed crit, right? Because he can guarantee crit, and Honestly, it's way more rare that he doesn't crit than he does. Even on the active or non-active turns, with this Goku, he's so exceptional for me. I can't front. The RNG hits for me. Even if I didn't have any of the extra shenanigans up, just his high chance to crit always procs. It feels, I'm very comfortable with it, but he'll be doing like 5, 6, 7, 8 million, maybe 9. I'm not sure how hard you guys have been pushing him, but I haven't really found him doing absurd Evolution Blue Vegeta level numbers, right? And that's not a bad thing. That's okay because he does multiple supers like Evolution Blue Vegeta. He does decent damage on his active skill, but I do wish he stacked attack permanently, but we'll get to his active skill later on. So you already know I gotta give this guy that nice fresh 2-star Dragon Ball. Now we get to Goku's passive skill, buying time at all costs. It will activate his intro. I don't really want to read all of this off. We'll be here for an extra 5 minutes. These types of videos are probably going to last like 15 to 20 minutes. We'll see how much I yap, right? But he has all of his abilities, his damage reduction, his super attack, his start of turn buffs, the key efficiency, the crit abilities. We know he has those things available to him along with the countering ki blast, right? He can do all of that. I think that this guy is really good. I think he's exceptional, and he brings an element to your team on turn 1 that most units almost never have as TURs. Like being a turn 1 really good exceptional TUR, he doesn't have a transformation. He doesn't have a whole bunch of gimmicks, but he does, of course. He wants to be in slot 1 and he wants to be able to super attack to get his guard, his damage reduction, the extra defense. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about now that we're learning this guy's unit very quickly. He brings a lot to the table, and I'm very comfortable saying he is the number 1 TUR. I don't see an avenue where he's not one. Like, I think Boo is exceptional. I think Vegeta is exceptional. I think Topo is really good. I think Goku he's exceptional plus, right? Like, you know, you look at everything that's here, and I've seen, you know, some complaints about him in super long fights. I mean, sure, bro, like, of course, you know, his damage reduction will wear down over time. The Buu Saga ally is not a concern for me. I mean, as long as STR Vegito can hold his own, like, type neutral for a while, and then, of course, you know, transform. All you have to do for the next, like, year or so, pretty much, unless they start disabling, you know, damage reduction or make it so that enemies are critting, which it does seem to be on the map right now. It seems to be off in the distance. They added that to the database. It seems really alarming. So yeah, until enemies are like critting on normals, or for that matter, critting period, obviously. Until things like this are happening, I'm not worried about Goku's Buu Saga ally restriction, because it doesn't feel like that heavy of a restriction, especially when celebrations like Golden Week, like Anniversary, Tanabata Worldwide are built around making sure that that category that those units lead is either getting some of the best units in the game or getting enough help to where you can run that team viably for a fairly long time. Now, Future Saga did it well, but eventually, like, 9th Anniversary kind of just was like, nah, like, we can't let y'all do that. But Goku's in such a good place. I like him as the number 1 TUR, so you know what that means, right? We have to. I have no choice but to go ahead and slap that star onto my boy. Next up, we've got Goku's Linkset. This one is straight up, we're going to give him the star. Like, let's not even try too hard. We're going to give him the star. It's the standard Goku-esque Saiyan, you know, Super Saiyan Linkset. Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, Kamehameha, and Fierce Battle. Now, what's more rare is a lot of the Super Saiyan 3 units really don't have Kamehameha. I mean, it's not uber rare, but Goku's usually are doing Dragon Fist, right? So you don't see it as often. It's good that he has that. You do feel the difference, because Limit Breaking Form and Kamehameha being attack buffs that trigger upon super attack, especially being 10%, you feel that on Goku. I feel those numbers I was referring to earlier with Goku, you start to get that when you talk about, like, well, not, you know, 16 million, but like the 8-9 millions, and depending on your dupe level, of course, those you start to see way more consistently. That floor raises significantly when you get those 2 links up, so you got to make sure you keep an eye out on that. Now, Golden Warrior is just a nothing link. We really, the streets hate Golden Warrior. I'm gonna be a buck with y'all. I don't know if y'all know, but It's pointless. All right. So with the TUR, we don't care for straight up key links as much, and we definitely don't care for lowering enemy defense. But Goku, along with having Saiyan lineage, he gives himself 2 key during the battle. He gives himself over in a flash when you trigger that. He never struggles for it, but he has enough attack links to where you are perfectly fine compensating for the pointless key that you'll have at any given turn. Now we get to talk about Goku's squads. Now by squads, I referred to it a little bit earlier, the top end units that he has consistency, a certain amount of chemistry, I guess would be, chemistry is the word I'm going to use, with that are units that you want to run on the team, right? Like, it's cool if you can get 7 out of 7 links with Frieza using another Frieza, but if that second Frieza is like a garbage sub EZA, what are we really working with here? So when you look at Goku's team, just the top end of his team, he has so many options. I really had to limit it just by, you guys see the screenshot, he has enough there. I had to limit it to focusing mostly on just units that are on his 200%. I mean, he has the 3 leader skills, but we're just going to focus on 200. Goku will always be able to super. It's no worry about key. He's not an LR like I was saying earlier. He's a key battery in and of himself. So as long as you get 1 or 2 of those links active, you're automatically supering. Goku will be able to get certain standard links open. He'll be able to get all of those open. So really what you're worried about, this is such a subliminal thing about the basic, the cookie cutter Saiyan Linkset, is you're more just worried about the chemistry between slots 2 and 3. How do those units connect? Now I can put Goku next to Buu, put Buu in slot 2, and I could just work with Fierce Battle, coming out like, sure, bro, but that's not that fun, is it? So we're done here. All right, we're done with the squads. Goku most certainly gets the star for that. His team right now is exceptional and climbing. I really do like what we've got going on with him and Boo's leader skills. Now this is where we get a little choppy, a little dicey. So I was being very polite with Goku's offense earlier, and I don't think it's trash, but we have to set a bar when it comes to this Dokkan star system we're doing, all right? And with his offense being what it is, I'm comfortable not giving him the offensive star. I just think this 6-star ball is going to be very precious, all right? We need units that do stupid, ridiculous, amazing amounts of damage on these types of lists to make that star happen. I can't give him that shiny star. We're gonna have to keep it dull. I was never impressed enough with Goku's attack stat on any given turn to say, well, of course you can't just take the attack stat at face value, right? But I mean his ability, as in his actual damage. I was never impressed with his attack enough to where I was like, wow, like this is mind-blowing numbers, like I am Evolution Blue Vegeta, MUI Goku. Certain turns, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I know y'all love full power Goku's attack stats, things like that. I never felt like Goku was quite there. Him and Buu, especially Buu needed like super effective in my opinion, so I already can tell y'all he's probably not gonna get that star, but we'll worry about that when that video ends up happening. So yeah, Goku, I'm sorry my boy, we're gonna have to speed past that. However, his defense, certainly, it's without question. I don't really know how you could complain about Goku's defense pretty much at all. It's so easy to get the guard, you have the damage reduction, you gain more damage reduction as you lose some of it, and Goku's always multi-supering. I can't understand how you could possibly feel like his defense over the first, me personally, I don't have 9th anniversary content on my global yet, right? None of us do. But me personally, I haven't experienced a single moment in any of the fights on global where his defense came into question. I haven't seen him take real damage. It hasn't happened. So I'm trying to see, these 30 turn fights that I'm hearing, JP players make jokes about. I want to see if he gets exposed in there. I feel like I would have heard about it by now if it was really that bad. But with all of that being understood and said, Goku's got to get this star. He just deserves it. He is one of the best tanks. I'm comfortable saying one of the best tanks in history. I mean, you guys know guard damage reduction and good defense. You can't talk crazy to gang, bro. He's too nice, man. Hey, bro, I tried. I tried to get Shenron out his cage. He wasn't going for it, alright? So as you can see, we did not get all 7 Dragon Balls. Very upsetting. It will be very rare that we ever do. To be honest, getting 6 is one heck of an accomplishment. Goku deserves so many props. He's so exceptional. As I'm trying to, explain throughout this video, it wasn't really about criticizing him. It was about talking about how he's such a great unit, because he is that and he deserves those props. At the moment, I do think he's the best TUR in the 120, 140 regardless actually, but definitely 120 TUR in the game. I think Goku should get his flowers while he reigns as such, right? The king deserves his crown. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, and you already know if you're enjoying the content and you want more. The King Hitman would definitely appreciate if you subscribed. But if I don't see you again, hope you enjoyed the new concept. Young Hitman, I'm off this.